We, the councillors of the Armidale region, declare that we will undertake the duties of the office of councillor in the best of our community and faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in us to the best of our skill and judgment.
Thank you very much, Councillor McMichael. Councillor Enders, can I call upon you to provide the acknowledgement of country?
Thanks, Mr Mayor. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. The Armidale Regional Community pays tribute to their love of land, love of people and love of culture.
Thank you, Councillor Enders, and I'll call upon Mr Schaefer to read a statement regarding live streaming.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. This meeting is being audio and video recorded, and the recordings of the non-confidential parts of the meeting will be made available on the internet. No other persons are permitted to record the meeting unless specifically authorised by council to do so. We ask that all present please ensure your mobile phones and laptops are turned to silent or switched off.
Thank you, Chief Officer Schaefer. Councillors, we haven't received any apologies, though I note Councillors Redwood and Gadders are joining us in this meeting remotely. Councillors, having reviewed the agenda, do any of you need to declare a conflict of interest? No? Right, crack on, which brings us to item 5.1, which is a confirmation of the minutes of the Ordinary Council meeting held on the 27th of August. Could I have a mover, please, for a recommendation on the screen? Thanks, Councillor McMichael. Moved and seconded by Councillor Imad. Councillor McMichael, anything you wish to say? Councillor Imad? Right, councillors, let's put that to the vote. All those in favour of adopting those minutes, thank you. I declare that carried unanimously. We now go to the 7 series, which are the reports from the General Manager's Office, and there are 2 reports there. The first one is a standing item, which is item 7.1. It's around ethical decision making, and it's to guide councils in making ethical decisions as we go through. We are being asked to note that report with details from page 5 of the agenda. Can I have a mover, please, for a motion? Thanks, Councillor Enders, and seconded Councillor Imad. Councillor Enders, anything to say? No. Councillor Imad? No. Right, councillors, let's put that one to the vote. All those in favour? Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. Item 7.2 is the Council Actions Report, which summarises the actions taken on resolutions for this term of Council, so from October 2024. Council is being asked to note the report, and we have details from page 7 of the agenda and page 19 of the attachments. There is a recommendation on the screen. Can I have a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Imad. A seconder. Thanks, Councillor Tabor. Councillor Imad, anything you wish to say around the actions report? Councillor Tabor? Okay, councillors, if there's nothing else that no one else wishes to speak, let's put this to the vote as well. All those in favour of noting that? Thank you. I declare that carried unanimously. We don't have any finance reports in this meeting, so we go to the planning and activation reports, of which there are 2. And item 9.1 is a nice curious one. The naming of Armidale CBD laneways, and the report concerns itself with naming laneways in the Armidale CBD. Council is being asked to place this project on public exhibition and receive a further report. There's a recommendation on the screen, the details from page 8, but a recommendation. Can I have a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Imad, and seconded by Councillor McMichael. Councillor Imad, anything you might wish to say around that? That could be very well the subject of the public exhibition. So it's not a no. Thank you. Councillor McMichael.
Oh, no, look, this is interesting. Laneways are lovely places, and I look forward to people looking at this and saying what they think. Names are really important, and I appreciate the ideas behind the names, but I would be interested to hear what the community has to say about those names, and Yeah, names are really important for us, and I look forward to what everyone has to say. Thanks.
Thank you. Councillors, anyone else wish to speak? Councillor Witters.
Yeah, I actually think this is a good idea, and the potential on where to grow from this. As Councillor McMichael alluded to, you have a look at the names in the public exhibition, and it gives you a bit of a history on some of Armidale, some parts. For example, I found out that the Tats Hotel was called the Wellington beforehand. So I think it's a good tourist attraction as well, a walking sort of a track, and if we can add on to it as along the lines with the Creeklands Master Plan as it grows along, and adding different sort of tourist attractions and tidbits and information and things like that. I think it's a great way to get people in and around the community, and people back down through the mall and looking through all that sort of stuff. So as part of the community, have a look at it. If anyone else has got some good historical information out there that they think they can add to this sort of thing, and or they know somewhere else that something like this might be good to do within the area, then put in your submission.
Perfect. Thank you, Councillor Witters. And just to maybe expand on that, what the council team, certainly our property and naming officer, has done in going back and just researching some of the history, I think it's quite fascinating. So I'd really encourage the community to look at this when it goes up on public exhibition. If nothing else, you'll learn more about where you live. All right, there is a recommendation on the screen to place this on public exhibition. We've got the mover, we've got the seconder, we've spoken. Let's put it to a vote. Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. Item 9.2 is in regard to the reclassification and rezoning of 7 to 9 Caroline Crescent in Armidale. So the item is seeking council endorsement to undertake the necessary steps to deliver a residential site for affordable housing. We have details from page 16 of the agenda and 40 of the attachments. There is a recommendation on the screen, and so can I have a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Witters, and a seconder. Thanks, Councillor Taylor. Councillor Witters, do you wish to speak to this?
Just quickly, this, I think, from memory reading the papers, relates to something we put in last month around some of the tenders and submissions we got for the EOI for affordable housing. So it'd be good to move that project along. Just a reminder that this is a project looking to, those affordable housing ideas are looking to help vulnerable people. We need to make sure that the information that we put out, whether it's from here or on social media or talking to people, is the right information in regards to this thing. So just be mindful of how we approach and what sort of language we use regarding this.
Thank you. Councillor Taylor.
Look, anything we can do to boost affordable housing, I think we should be supporting. So this is a very good move.
Excellent. Thank you. Councillors, does anyone else wish to speak? All right, let's put that to the vote. All those in favour of taking those steps, thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. Item 10.1. This is effectively the progress report of our delivery program and operational program. It's for the last 6 months of the financial year just finished, and it allows, well, it's essential reading for all of those who wish to engage and see what ARC is delivering. The details are from page 21 of the agenda and 118 of the attachments. So there is a recommendation that council note this report. Can I have a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor McMichael, and a seconder. Thanks, Councillor Andrews. Councillor McMichael.
Look, I thought it was great to see a number of the projects that were completed. Everything from the development of Curtis Park with a fence around it to the Albion Bridge, which are really visible projects that the council has done, to less visible but really important ones with significant road upgrades, which we all appreciate when we drove along them. Rockvale Road, for example. There are a number of projects which we've still got to do, but it's great to see that we've done a significant number of projects. Thanks.
Thank you. Councillor Andrews?
I'd just like to say the word on the streets out there that things are happening in the town, and thanks to ARC, well done.
Excellent. Thank you. Just before we go to the vote, for the community, this is an easy report to read in the attachments. It's effectively a traffic light system, and we have 134 projects completed, a small number on hold, 79 progressing. So things are happening, and this is really just an extraction of what's in our, as I said, the delivery plan and the operational program. All right, councillors, let's put this to a vote. All those in favour? Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. Item 10.2 relates to the Code of Conduct. So the recommendation on the screen is that Council endorse placing the Code of Conduct on public exhibition, noting that there are no proposed changes to the code as it's currently adopted. We have the details on page 24 of the agenda and 225 of the attachments. So the recommendation on the screen is to endorse that placing on public exhibition. Do I have a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Imad. Seconder, thanks, Councillor Witters. Councillor Imad, anything to say about this? Terrific. Councillor Witters?
Yeah, I know it's going out on public exhibition, and it's one of those things that a lot of people who take notice in council matters might be interested in. So if you're one of those nuffies that likes a bit of local government, I highly recommend reading this. It sets a lot of the tone of what happens here and what happens in the organisation. And a code of conduct is always good to have and to be enforced. Otherwise, it's just some symbols on a piece of paper. So put your thoughts in and we'll vote on it later.
Perfect. Thank you. Councillors, does anyone else wish to say anything about this? Right. All those in favour of placing this on public exhibition? Thank you. I declare that carried unanimously. Item 10.3, the community grant allocation of funds for, it's our first round for the 25-26 financial year. And the item seeking council's endorsement of the first $50,000 of the budgeted $100,000 of community grants. We have details from page 27 of all of this. The recommendation is that we approve the grants as written. Can I have a mover? Thanks, Councillor Andrews, and a seconder. Thanks, Councillor McMichael. Councillor Andrews.
No, nothing to say, Mr. Mayor. It's such a good distribution of funds in the community.
Terrific. Thank you, Councillor McMichael.
Look, just like to echo what Councillor Andrews had to say. It was lovely to go through a significant number of requests. So we were sorry we couldn't answer them all, but we tried our best to give a wide range of wide range of grants to a wide range of groups. Just for the people out there, a number of groups that we highlighted were the Lambie Aboriginal Dance Group are going to School Spectacular, which will be great fun. The Mosaic Multicultural Connections are organising a multicultural women's garden club, which will be lovely. The Guyra Neighbourhood Centre are putting on a cooked community lunch, and the Ben Lomond Information Day, the week of Ben Lomond Information Day. So yeah, it was a really great response from everybody, and we look forward to doing it again later in the year. Thanks.
Thank you. Councillor Ahmed.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to note on record that I've been receiving a lot of positive feedback from Armidale and Guyra about the program, and it's great to see my region represented with 5 grants, so that's fantastic. Thank you.
Right, councillors, anyone else wish to say anything? Just maybe I won't sort of try and tail end everything, but just for the community, those watching, it's these grants are the process that you need to go through if you're seeking support from council. We're really trying to streamline that. And I believe there are some workshops coming up to help groups in putting applications in, just to raise awareness. Anyway, all right, councillors, let's put this to the vote. All those in favour? Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. Item 10.4 is a tender recommendation for remedial works for the airport ground lighting, and the item is seeking endorsement to award the tender with details from page 31 of the agenda. Can I have a mover for a recommendation? Thanks, Councillor Tabor. Seconded, Councillor Enders. Councillor Tabor, anything to say? Councillor Enders? Okay. Anyone else?
I'd just like to say it's a really significant thing that we're getting money for. The lightning strike made a difference, and it's really important.
Pretty. Thank you. Okay, councillors, all those in favour, let's put that to the vote. Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. Item 11.1 is the Kempsey to Armidale Road restoration project. This is just an update. It's a regular report, just advising council what has been going on, and council is being asked to note the information in this report. These details are from page 36 of the agenda and 261 of the attachments. Can I have a mover for a motion, please? Thanks, Councillor Witters. And a seconder. Thanks, Councillor Enders. Councillor Witters, anything you wish to say? No.
Not really, unless anyone from staff wants to give a report to the community just on how things are, but otherwise, no, I think it's progressing along well. And
thank you. Okay, Councillor Enders. Right, let's put that to the vote. All those in favour? Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. 11.2 is a tender recommendation for the collection and processing of scrap metal, batteries, car bodies, refrigerant, degassing, etc., etc. It should be noted, council makes money from this, but the recommendation is that council accept the tender proposal from the Sims Group. So details are from page 40 of the agenda. I have a mover for this, please. Thanks, Councillor Enders. Seconded, Councillor Imad. Councillor Enders, anything to say here?
Always good to recycle.
Very good. Councillor Imad.
Mr. Mayor, are we offloading our responsibilities in collection at the waste side? Or what are we exactly doing?
I will defer to Chief Officer Schaefer just on that. But
no, we're not deferring our responsibilities. We're having a contractor pick up from the waste site, and we sell our goods to them on, and that's where we get the revenue. And so they'll dispose it and recycle. To Kay's point about a lot of recycling, they'll do that for us and sell it off into the market.
thank you. Sorry, that was a question, Councillor Imad. Anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Councillors, does anyone else wish to speak to this? All right, thank you. We'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. Item 11.3 relates to the desludging of the Armidale and Guyra waste ponds. And the report is seeking council endorsement for the preferred tenderer for said desludging to be awarded the contract. So the details are from page 45 of the agenda. There is a recommendation up there on the screen. Could I have a call for a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Imad. Seconder. Thanks, Councillor Tabor. Councillor Imad, anything you wish to say?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. First thing I'd say, I couldn't find attachments to clarify, so I don't know if they were missing or...
They weren't in the original batch that went out. They were uploaded again this morning.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. Now, just a quick question. With the desludging, do we have an ethical responsibility towards the waste downstream? Or do they treat it, or just does it go away and we're not responsible?
Thank you. I'll defer to Chief Officer Schaefer.
Yeah, and Chief Officer Schaefer, just because the water managers in the room might defer to Mark Byrne, if you would like to fill that one, Mark.
Yeah, it's basically a dewatering process. So the sludge is the waste product from the treatment process. So what it does, it separates the water and makes it a spadable material that can be taken to landfill. Some of the product from the sewer plant can actually be reused at the Armidale facility, landfill, at the reuse farm, put back into the soil. But it's just disposing of the waste product that's made through the treatment process.
SciDev would be taking the material to the landfill, is that what I get, or they're doing further treatment?
No, the contract is just for them to separate the water and the solids, and then we dispose of it internally. Yeah.
Thank you for the clarification.
Councillor Tabor seconded this. Anything you wish to say?
No, Mr Mayor.
Thank you. Right, other councillors? Councillor McMichael? Councillor Tabor, thank you.
I do believe from discussions with staff that our landfill will increase as a result of this, but this is what we need to do, and we are looking at EPA guidelines, and that's a requirement, and the landfill, it's necessary to do it, and the waste will go to landfill. Isn't that right?
Excellent.
Just for clarity, is this something we already do now, and it's just putting a new group to do what we're already doing?
As I understand it, that's correct. It's going into a regular schedule, not ad hoc. But if I'm incorrect there, maybe Chief Officer Schaefer can correct me.
It's an ad hoc process at the moment, and we're going to go into a regular program, as the Mayor said. And this tender process is a better governance around our procurement to be able to actually do that, and we'll get a better quality product at the end.
Thank you. Right, councillors, if there are no further questions, let's put this to the vote. All those in favour? Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. Item 11.4 is relates to the provision of a line marking, or the creation of a line marking panel. So the report seeking council endorsement to utilise a panel of suppliers to undertake line marking as required over the next 2 years. We have details on page 50 of the agenda, and I believe there will be an attachment in the closed section as well, because this stuff is commercial in confidence. So there's a recommendation on the screen. Can I call for a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor McMichael, and a seconder. Thanks, Councillor Enders. Councillor McMichael, anything to say in regards to line marking?
No, it's always good to have lines marked.
Thanks. Councillor Enders. Right. Councillors, anyone else wish to speak to this item? Right, let's put that to the vote. All those in favour? Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. We now go to the committee reports. We have two here, one from the Sports Council and one from the Traffic Advisory Committee. So item 13.1 are the minutes of the Sports Council from the 29th of July 2025, and the recommendation is that the minutes be noted, that the council endorse the appointment of Ms. Jess Kellaway to the Sports Council, and also note changes to the Sports Council priority list. Details are from page 55 of the agenda and 268 of the attachments. There's a recommendation on the screen. Can I have a mover? Thanks, Councillor Enders, and a seconder. Thanks, Councillor Imad. Councillor Enders, can you give us a...
Oh, no, just that when we met in July, it was good. We got the community together, different sports together, and we're trying to make a bit of a list, the things that need doing urgently. So we're working through it.
Terrific. Thank you. Councillor Ahmed, anything?
No, thank you, Mr Mayor.
All right. Okay, councillors, all those in favour of noting those minutes, can I please put that to the vote? Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. The Traffic Advisory Committee, they had a meeting on the 2nd of September, and the recommendation is the minutes be noted, and we also note some other specific actions. So I have a mover for a motion. Thanks, Councillor McMichael, and a seconder. Thanks, Councillor Endres. Councillor McMichael, care to say anything?
We're looking forward to the Creative Streets Festival, which is coming up in October. It starts on the 17th. Hope everyone's got it in their diaries. It should be fantastic. And we're already organising for Remembrance Day, which will be lovely.
Thank you. Councillors, does anyone else wish to speak to this? All right, let's put it to the vote. All those in favour of noting these minutes? Thank you. I declare that carried unanimously. Item 14.1 is a question on notice from Councillor Robinson, where Councillor is being asked to note the response. But Councillor Robinson, do you wish to move this motion? And then we'll thank you, and we'll seek a seconder. Thanks, Councillor McMichael. Councillor Robinson, anything you wish to say in this regard?
Oh, just briefly, it's been clarified that the data that I requested is still being compiled, and that we now know the workshop for councillors on willingness to pay will be held on the 13th of October. So I really hope this important information, as well as IPART's recommendations to Sydney Water on their charging structure, which will be really relevant to be considered, will help us come up with the best possible structure for our future water charging and willingness to pay to meet everyone's need. But I did want to ask a follow-up question on notice, which is, does anybody know if we've got any idea when we'll know the results of the application to the National Water Grid? Thanks.
Thank you. We'll take that question on notice. Thank you. Chief Officer Schaefer might have jotted that down. Okay, thank you. All right, councillors, all those in favour of acknowledging the question and the response. Thank you. I declare that one carried unanimously. Was that a murmur from Councillor Gadders online? All right, councillors, that brings us to the end of the open session of the meeting. Can I please have a motion to move into close, and if resolved, we'll ask the public to exit. So moved by Councillor Robinson, seconded by Councillor Tabor. All those in favour of moving into closed? Thank you. I declare that carried unanimously. Councillors, I welcome you back into the open session and ask Chief Officer Schaefer to read out the resolution of the closed session.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. This was in relation to a council report for the purchase of hay baling equipment, and the council resolved to purchase hay baling equipment from Hutchison and Pearce in Tamworth. One John Deere C45-1R round combi baler to the value of $220,500 excluding GST. One John Deere C400 mower conditioner to the value of $100,000 excluding GST. RDO equipment from Imberell, one Kuhn GA8030 side delivery hay rake to the value of $88,000 excluding GST. Another Kuhn GA8731 centre delivery hay rake to the value of $73,000 excluding GST. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you very much, Chief Officer Schaefer. Councillors, there being no further business, I declare the meeting closed at 4:32.